Hello everyone, welcome back to another NTW3 video. Today we will be covering another tournament match, and this one is H&R versus XW. XW domination, by the way. Anyways, yeah, so on the coalition side we have, for Saxony, Captain Rex, Hispania, 1808 to 1810, which is being played by Pacifist. And then the UK Peninsular faction is being played by Hajman. Sorry if I misspelled that, but oh well. And on the French side, the Imperial side, we have for Imperial Guard, Nice Man, which is this one right here. And then we have France-Italy being played by General Hero, so he's back here. He's got Napoleon Bonaparte as his main gen. How lovely. Yes. And then for the Bavarians, we have Rimic the Liar. So yeah, all of these people are decent players. This is a tournament match, so don't expect any mistakes. Well, I hope there aren't any mistakes made in this one. And let's get the battle going. So, it looks like the coalition forces are going to be sending all their units down this central road here to get to the middle faster to contest these 2 points on the minimap over here. They've already have all their cavalry moving up to it, and they even have some Spanish guerrilla skirmishers over here in the house. I do believe, however, the Imperials get to these buildings faster. At least usually they do when I play on this map. But yeah, it might change though. It looks like Saxony is bringing a lot of cavalry as to be expected. 2 heavy cavalry and 2 chevaliers right here. So very expensive stuff, about 5,000 gold pieces in cavalry right there. He's already taken control of the center point, so France will have to fight his way through all this cavalry nonsense to try and take care of these 2 buildings. I'm going to scan forward a bit. Spain also looks like he's brought a lot of cavalry, some heavy cavalry, this is not really a good dragoon unit, but still it's a dragoon unit. Yeah, light cavalry to scout. Okay, cool. And the Bavarians are starting to be seen. Let's just take a look at Britain's army. Britain seems to have brought not a lot of cavalry, but he does have a huge mass of infantry back here. And most likely he's going to be relying on this to punch holes in the Imperial line. Let's check. Spanish army, I know he had a couple of elites in here, the Real de Guardia infantry. So that's some pretty good units. Some militia squares, Guard Valona, infantry Swiss. I love these guys. They're great. Alright, what else? And yeah, that's basically it. So a very elite army for Spain. Very elite, yes. And Saxony has Saxon troops, which Saxon troops are okay. They're not a lot of them, but they're okay. Anyways, Spain, I think there's Spanish horse artillery somewhere shooting at these guys. Hold on now. So is there artillery? I swear I saw. No, I must be dreaming. I thought I saw a cannonball there. Ah, well. Oh no, there is. Right here, horse artillery. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, Britain set up horse artillery here, a very costly investment. But I think this is pretty expensive, 700. So it does reach their fast. It's starting to bombard the Bavarians, who are taking a wide flank around the 2 houses, so they're not going directly for it. Instead, they're going to try and go around the far left or far right for coalition. Let's take a look from their perspective. So yeah, Saxony being very aggressive with his cavalry screening. He's just making sure that, I guess, nobody sees his own army, and also that the Bavarians get distracted. It's getting a bit close. Yeah, they're going to get a volley. They only kill 1, but oh well. Let's take a look at the Bavarian army. So Bavarians, militias, Crown Prince infantry, Kinkel, so a mix of decent infantry and militias, okay? And the Imperial Guard is going to be a normal Imperial Guard build, I suspect. A couple of light cavalry and maybe Ledoux. So we're going to keep scanning on. Saxon 4-pounders have finally made it to the front in front of their infantry. So yeah, it definitely seems like that the Imperials are going to coalesce onto this general area. It seems, however, they are severely lacking in cavalry. Bavaria seemingly having the most cavalry out of all. We haven't seen France's Italy cavalry yet, which I suspect they're all going to be over here with his general. Oh, that is Guard Imperial General. Alright. Spain now forming up. Saxony taking up the centre. I'm going to guess Britain's going to be coming to the right. Yep, that's perfect. To stop this attack. The Italians, being the fast boys that they are, France, Italy being known for their speed, are going to make the opening attack on these Swiss infantry lines. Okay, so this will be an interesting fight. France, Italy versus Swiss. Yes, this will be fun. They are supported by artillery pieces, but they're not aiming at them, they're aiming at this cavalry. And I think I just saw some Jägerswerfer try and come for this artillery piece. Oh, very well played, targeting the Bavarian general too. Very nice, he's in the open there, he's going to have to run away. Killing generals is really important. But I did see some Jägerswerfer here. I wonder if they can go for this artillery piece. There's nothing protecting it so far. He could go for it if he wanted to. Nah, it's probably not. So yeah, first opening volleys by the Swiss, killing a decent amount of French infantry as they move up. France, though, they're going to use their speed to try and outflank the Spaniards. But the Spaniards are going to send in their elite guard infantry to shore up the flank. So that's all pretty good. Meanwhile, it seems like the Imperials have... Oh, yep, there you go. The Jägerswerfer desperately make an attempt, but they get caught in the crossfire right here. And another attack by another Jägerswerfer going after the artillery, but he's going to see in his machine canister right now. Ouch. Badly timed. Badly timed cavalry. It is going to dislodge the Saxon artillery, but he does lose 300 gold units in return, so... a bit of a misplay here, I think? No, he's just getting closer to shoot the buggers. Very good. Anyways, these Real Guard infantry are going to put in a lot of hurt upon these poor Italian infantry units, which are quite small in comparison to them. So 162, each 100 man. And these are really good units. This is even his combat gen, which is pretty cheap when you think about it. And they're still going to be targeting the artillery piece. What? What are you targeting? Ah, artillery 4-pounders. Okay, I didn't even need to reach there. But they're going to switch targets to the Chevaliers, which is a pretty good choice. Britain is now here to shore up the lines. France, Italy is running in position. His men are already winded. That's not good. Also, I think this is... Oh, dear. He managed to reach there without the French marking a shot. But this is Spanish cavalry, so his morale is going to drop slightly, but he's going to blow out. It's perfect. I think it's going to be safe. Yeah, it's going to be safe. They're not shooting him.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Yeah, these poor bloody Italian units being shot to pieces, even though they're technically better. This Chasseur unit is a light infantry unit. It's not going to hold off against these beautiful Spanish lines that are situated to meet them. But yeah, it is definitely certain they're all coming, all the Imperials are coming down the side to attack the Britain, who's formed themselves into these column formations. It's not really effective. As in Napoleonic era, I think the accepted strategy is that the column will always lose to the line in the gunfight. I think I've read that somewhere in a Peninsular book. Anyways, enough about that. So yeah, Britain spread out his lines a bit more, and he's going to engage in a line fight against these Chasseurs light infantry of Italy. Now, I don't actually know who will win in this situation, but Britain is losing a lot of men, so I do suspect there might be, yeah, ouch. Very nice flanking fire from these Chasseurs who managed to run onto the flank of his unit. And one more volley should send this one back into the red. Eventually. What's he doing? I'll shoot them. Ah, you bloody cowards. Anyway, yeah. Britain's line's taking a beating here on his right side, getting hammered by this elite light infantry, and even more Italians are moving up. The Bavarians are walking right in front of it. I say there's no mistakes in this battle, but yeah, these poor militiamen are getting gunned down by their own men. Bavaria seems to be... okay, Bavaria seems to be holding the center. Imperial Guard is not in position. He really wants to be over here, I think, to try and help this attack. But he's just not in place. France, Italy went in too soon, I think. Cavalry charge straight down the center? No, he's just supporting, okay. But I do suspect a cavalry charge to be happening here quite soon. As we look over here, this is Le Dieu, some cuirassiers, dragoons, 2 elite dragoons, Chevalier, oh my god, there's a Napoleon Bonaparte next to them. Yeah, okay, they're definitely going to try and do something here. And Britain is basically alone with... oh no, Saxon cavalry, I didn't see this. 2 Saxon cavalry units, that's pretty good. Anyway, yeah, Coalition's doing a pretty good job trying to extend its flank to stop this push, but there's even more French infantry, and they're eventually going to try and push through here, I believe. The Italian lines, though, getting tired and active right here against the fresh British units, are losing a lot of men. So, Brandes seemingly doing very well. A charge upon the National Militia from these poor Spanish cavalry units, which are going to break. These guys are going to break. Rest in peace. Ouch! Ouch! Don't do that. Anyway. So yeah, Britain now targeting the Bavarian general once more. This poor fellow's been, like, shot to pieces the entire game. He's lost 6 of his bodyguard already. But yeah, eventually, without infantry support, I think Britain will get overwhelmed here. Even if they don't use the cavalry. Which they could, to be honest. Bedfordshire. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 heavy cavalry units, plus the Saxons. 6 to the Bavarians. Where is Italy's cavalry? They don't have cavalry. France, Italy brought no cavalry, so that's why he has so many chasseurs. Wow, okay, very ballsy move in a tournament battle to bring no cavalry for an entire faction. I mean, blue and heck. The British lines, though, finally have managed to meet the Italians, and they are blasting them away. So, it's still a close fight. Nah, the morale's not good. Even with Napoleon in the rear. Wow, tired. Yeah, they just can't handle it. These French units are still running, trying to run into position. They're winded now. Look. Being winded, tired, very tired, is very bad in a 3v3, because the morale effects are just horrendous. Anyways, winded, tired. Yeah, basically the entire France-Italy army is tired, it's winded, it's going to have debuffs. France Guard trying to maneuver its way out of the Spanish, but it does look like they've just been trapped in this corner of the map here. Coalition doing a very good job keeping them contained. France again running his troops, trying to get some flanking fire on these British infantry. They have left a gap here for their cavalry to go through, and I think they're going to... Nah, they're just warding off the cavalry here. But to be honest, looking at the morale of these French troops, they're going to have to exchange these guys out pretty soon, otherwise there's going to be a chain rout of a couple of units. Once one breaks, the others will start breaking as well. But I guess that's what Bavaria's there for, so they're going to start shoring up the lines. Spanish Guard infantry units with their squarables are running into position again. Seriously, what is it with people that are running their men? So they're going to start shooting into this flanking unit, which is the 42E. Start shooting into it. What's this? Another Jäger cavalry charge, and it's dead. Yeah. I suggest, like, if you want to do that, first off, make sure these guys are firing at your infantry so they don't lock onto your cavalry. Also, make sure that the cavalry is not focused. Anyway, Spain, I think, is sensing weakness in the Bavarian lines here, which are no squarables. But they have formed up and they're going to start bullying, and yeah, he's going to withdraw from there. If these guys were still reforming, I would have gone for that. But they did manage to form up and start shooting, so it would have been bad. These two guard units, though, against these Bavarians, actually I don't know who would win here. We're taking heavy losses already, but these are guard units versus Bavarians, so... Nope, it looks like the guard units are winning. Damn, these two units are good. I think they're like 1,000, 700 to 1,000 gold piece, these two units, each. So that's pretty good. Yeah. Saxony now taking up the left flank of the coalition forces, fighting and tying down the entire of the Imperial Guard line. Imperial Guard now shifting its army to meet the Saxons, so it's going to quickly... Yeah, okay, so it seems like there's been a change of plan. They're going to maneuver their cavalry forces, and I think they're going to attack this weak flank, which is in danger, really. If I see here, there's absolutely no squares facing the France guards with their general nearby, and all this Bavarian cavalry that's shifting over. So Saxony, yep, Saxony is desperately trying to run over its cavalry to meet this French threat. There are some poorly guarded lancers here, which are not going to stand against the dragoons. Yeah, over here the front is silent, these guys are just tying them down. The Bavarians now, sensing weakness, are going to push forward. Imperial Guard infantry are going to push forward too. They should really start bayonet charging this entire Saxon line, because they could do that before the cavalry arrives. Fire orders are being given onto the infantry, but I don't think that's going to help much, because the Saxon infantry do not have the best of morale. And they, once this unit starts mounting, I think they're going to start chain mounting, but... Okay, they're going for some... Lanceros. A very nice rear charge here upon the dragoons, but these are dragoons facing off against light cavalry, and this is, I think, 700 gold dragoon units, so it should survive. But these poor Saxon infantry units, once one rounds, yeah, alright, these two are gone. Rest in peace. Yeah, Saxon infantry crumbling now. The cavalry is still too... The cuirassiers are desperately trying to run to this position, but they're not going to get here in time before the main damage is done. The Chevaliers have managed to get stuck in against the dragoons, but they're going to get flank charged by some very nicely timed Bavarian light cavalry. This poor oh god! I hate this unit so much. Saxon Chevaliers, 700 gold, ranks at 63 men. And it's a combat jet too. I mean, god damn it, what's wrong with this thing? Anyway, yeah. France Guard is not taking advantage of these mass routing units. And he's not pushing up. He needs to start bayonet charging down these Spanish units. And there's even militia here. And there's Swiss here. Oh god, this whole place is like so weak. The Spanish heavy cavalry, the Spanish dragoons actually, sorry, is getting surrounded. I think they're dead. They nearly beat off the light cavalry and the exhausted dragoons, but to no avail. France Italy now pinning down the British forces, even trying to outmaneuver on this flank. I mean, Spain has himself spread out pretty much. He's got some units here, he's got some units here. There's a micro between two fronts, which is, I can understand, pretty annoying. But the initiative has been lost by the Imperial faction. The Saxons have managed to get their cavalry in place, and the lines have been restabled. However, Coalition did lose, I think, 2 cavalry units. This dragoon might come back, it's only halfly damaged. these infantry units will come back, most of them, what has already had. With the general nearby, some of them will definitely come back, yeah, definitely. And it's back to a normal gunfight. France Guard setting up its horse artillery now, right in the middle of its line. It's going to start shooting into here once it's outnumbered. Checking back over here. France artillery still being aggressive, without any cavalry support though. Britain has a unit of heavy cavalry and light cavalry here with the Spanish Guard, and yeah, okay. This is where you should strike. Spain should start attacking these units. Whoa. Hey. Nah, that wasn't me crossing. Anyway, Spain should start attacking units. It's basically free real estate. There is no cavalry support to help these guys out, and they can easily wipe out these units. But the Guard alone are already down to shaken. And these poor Guard consuls are going to try and make their stand against the hordes. Britain needs to start, like, once you go, you got to start going. Like, you got to start sending your infantry up, get close range, start volleying. But it looks like they're not going to have the momentum to push this on with the Bavarian cavalry coming in. So I think they're going to have to start withdrawing now. Some Spanish cavalry running. What are they doing? They're withdrawing. Okay, yeah. So the momentum has been lost here, unfortunately. Too slow to react with infantry.
Glorious victory is soon to be yours.
Arthur Wesley now coming up to shore up the lines. The Bavarian cavalry is being sent in, which is a bit risky considering the British lines are right here shooting at it. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're going against this poor Guard alone. Are you? No, he's withdrawing. Alright, good. That's the good play to make. He is withdrawing. Perfect. This cavalry unit should come back. It should. It's a heavy cavalry unit, it's only got 48 men. I do believe Spain has forgotten about this poor Guard unit, and it's going to die. It's going to die by this Grenadiers du Consul. It's going to get shot, and it's going to horribly die. Rest in peace. Anyway, back over here, the Saxons now taking a shootout with the Guards. Just tying them down, I guess, but eventually these poor Saxons will start losing horrendously. Oh, the Swiss are getting hammered by artillery. But they're still here. These guys still fighting strong in the green morale. It's pretty good. So this is very interesting. Is Bavaria is shifting its general back over here, so maybe it's cavalry, yep. So maybe they're going to do another attack into here. So it seems like the French were cornered, but now they're counter-attacking. And they're using their mobility to go from one side of the area to the other quickly. Which is very, very well played to them. We'll scan on again until another action starts. Yeah. Spain and Saxony playing defensive. Now, do keep in mind this is a... Oh, I'll come back to them later. But a cavalry charge by the British heavy cavalry into the cuirassiers of Bavaria, which is unsupported. And I do believe that these British cavalry units will break this cuirassier. Oh, yeah, they'll definitely break it. Friendly fire by French infantry units will definitely see to that. And this infantry unit got blasted by these Paul Grenier, the combat general for France, Italy. These heavy cavalry units are getting dangerously overextended here. They've lost 40 men already, 50 men. And here comes a counter-charge by Bavarian cavalry. Yeah, this unit's getting shot in the flank. It's going to start losing a lot of men. And without infantry support, yeah, he's getting out of it. He's getting out of it. This poor, very tired heavy cavalry unit as well is not targeting this Chevalier unit, and I think it's actually going to break. The medium cavalry is going to break to the Saxons. Not Bavarians. But a nice flank charge by the British light hussars are going to deal with it, but the Spaniards do lose their medium cavalry, line cavalry. I don't know what to call this. I'll still call it heavy cavalry. And I think the Brits have also forgotten about this unit too. So, let's watch as the French kill them. What are you doing? Oh, very nice. The Light Hussars tried going for Napoleon Bonaparte there. But the France is just going to blow them out of the water, so that's gone. And yeah, these guys have definitely been forgotten. Rest in peace. 3, 2, 1. Come on. There you go, come on. Kill him. Yep. Oh, come on, you can do better, man. You're combat. You're tired. Okay. Well, anyway, this unit's dead. So, the encirclement has been relaxed off on the left side. Saxony is still holding its cavalry here in fear of another attack, but I think he should really pull them over to here now, because that's where most of them are concentrating their forces now. Oh god, look at it, I mean, it's down to 5 men. He's unlimbered his artillery and he's still being shot. Rest in peace, Carl Reed, and all your bodyguard. You fought well. Is he dead? No, he's not dead yet though. Curses. Anyway, close range gunfire upon the Spanish positions, these guard units. But these Italians are very tired now against these fresh British and Spanish infantry units. So, and they're beginning. The Italian units are beginning to be depleted at this point. They can't bayonet charge. They can't really do anything. He really has to reserve them out to rest them. Otherwise, they're going to be useless here. They're really going to be useless. Nice shots by the horse artillery. Getting a lot of work out of this horse artillery, targeting these cavalry units and blasting it away at these light bombs. Yeah, I suspect that even though these are guard units, they've suffered so many casualties and they're down to so little men and they're very tired, of course, that eventually they're going to start breaking. That's got to happen. Yep, Saxony sending over. Ah, Carl, you came back. You coward. Anyway, yeah, so France trying to take the initiative on this side now and push them through. What was I saying earlier? Oh yeah, this is an LOC game, so we're playing for the points. Now if you remember, there's only 21 minutes left, and currently Coalition holds 2 points. I think for the HQs, I can't remember correctly, but I think that one's Coalition HQ, and that one is Imperial HQ, so I don't know, actually. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, Imperial's running its light cavalry over here to try and finish off the British heavy cavalry, but it is supported by Saxons. Imperial Guard still slowly making its way up to the Saxon infantry. And I hear cavalry. I hear cavalry. Yep! Alright, so the British heavy cavalry thinks it can take on the Guard Imperial cavalry. It's both winded. The Lancers, however, are only light cavalry and they are going to withdraw out of that engagement because the Saxons are coming in to support. Let's take a look back at the Italian lines. Oh my god, 27 men. This is not exactly the best use for the Garde du Consul. Or the Chasseurs du Garde du Consul, for that matter. In a straight up gunfight. Like, this unit, 900, this unit, 1,000. Actually, I don't play much artillery. But I know these 2 units are very elite, and they cost a lot of money. And to lose them in a straight up gunfight to KGL, and all these infantry units is not cost efficient. Oh, a very nice cavalry charge that we didn't even see. Some Guard Imperial cavalry that's been left over here to defend has gone up to the artillery. But Spain has seen it and it's going to draw. We'll see. Oh, very ballsy. So Spain is going to try and send its heavy cavalry at the Spanish artillery, and that is not going to Like, the morale debuffs this unit's going to take by just being flank charged and being nowhere near to its allies is going to be horrendous. But it will silence the Imperial Guard's artillery. Is it worth it though? Is it really worth it? Who knows? Who knows, honestly. He lost one heavy cavalry, he got rid of an artillery unit. Alright, a Bavarian cavalry charge tried to go in against the guard infantry units here, but failed, unfortunately. Let's take a look back here. Yep. Still fighting with Napoleon in the back. Napoleon giving these troops like an extra, I don't know, was it 2 morale for every star he has? So like he's giving these guys an extra 18 morale or something. If he wasn't here, if Napoleon wasn't here, these guys would be routing at very tired with his little men. But no, they're still fighting on. Imperial Guard still has the Ledoux in the reserve though, and he's going to be trying to make some sort of push. And it now looks like the coalition has been encircled. So a turn of events here. This is actually very interesting. I like this. Alright, so another Bavarian cavalry charge by its winded light cavalry is going to be coming after the artillery pieces. Again, running through the British infantry, firing at it. It should really become... Oh wait, it stays. Ouch! Yikes. Yeah, Britain saw it and he captured it. Nice. He stays really protecting this artillery piece now because they can't exactly go straight for the artillery piece. They have to go through here or through here to get to it. And that means they'll have to cross the British units of fire. Now, this KGL unit's fighting down to 18 men. That's good for the KGL. Saxon units, though, not fighting as hard. What's this? A daring cavalry charge once again made against the Saxon guns.
Our men are running.
And they can take care of them. The Saxon cuirassiers were not quick enough. I do believe there probably was a friendly charge involved, but we'll see. I didn't see properly, so. These poor Swiss units are now on their own, without much cavalry support or a general nearby, so I can understand why they want to rout. Yeah, Saxons are now retreating. Saxons are everywhere now. Saxons.
Our men are running, sir.
The Mamluks went in for a cavalry charge against this Saxon artillery. Very well played. The Saxon lines are beginning to thin out slightly. And yep, here comes a cavalry. I charge this. Like, come on. These are just Swiss units. And he's going to try and fire back, but... Ooh! Finn? 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 No? Finn? You want a Finn? Finn? No, Finn. Okay. Anyways, yeah, these poor Swiss units, they're actually going to try, they're holding their ground. The general nearby giving them a small morale buff, and they are going to beat off the Bavarian cavalry charge. That's my Swiss infantry. Perfect. By the way, just for all of you who don't know who these guys are really large, very slow, good accuracy, but terrible morale. I think this one has 1 morale. So yeah, they're fun. They're actually fun. Let's see. Imperial Guard, Moscow unit, Grenadiers still fighting. Another cavalry charge trying to go up against the artillery, but it is seen and stopped. Will the Bavarians run their guys onto the stakes? No, he does see it. Very good. Very well played. But yeah, I really do feel if Italy had brought more cavalry, they could have gotten around the flank, they could have wiped out this entire Spanish line here, or the entire Brits, or have done something. But instead he's choosing to try and gunfight the Brits, which theoretically is a good idea if you outnumber them, but you don't outnumber them. But yeah, chain routes happening here. The morale effects are being exponentially, how do I say this, increased as more and more units are beginning to flee from the field, causing more morale debuffs to the other units. So Imperial Guard has a real chance to push through here, but Saxony still has so much heavy cavalry in reserve that he's never even used. So is this going to be another attempt at the artillery? Britain does see it. So it's going to be the third Bavarian attempt at the artillery piece. It's going to first try and take out this poor... Hey, no, what are you doing? What are you guys doing? Are you...
Yes, sir.
No, that's unit crossing. Okay. That's technically unit crossing. And if he... Yep, that is... He lost his artillery unit because of that. But this unit was almost dead, so... And it wasn't being replayed. Saxon artillery now pounding at close range this poor young guard unit. 10 men down in one volley. Very nice. And another, yeah. However, these are soldiers of the Imperial Guard, so they will fight. Fight until the last man. Not really. I do believe the Saxon unit will start routing though. If it kills a couple more guys, oh come on! Shoot them, for heaven's sake, they're right. Or bayonet charge them. Whichever one works. Come on. Nah, screw it. Anyway, the Bavarian lines, now consisting of just militias and normal infantry units, are going to... Yeah, okay, this artillery's gone. Anyway, they're going to start taking a pounding, and they're going to lose some morale. This artillery unit is firing into this poor national militia. However, this light infantry unit is going to try and take an advantage against the horse artillery, and it's going to push up, I think, to try and shoot them. Very good, very good. The guards making their final stands here, getting shot close blank, not close blank, point blank by the Imperial Guard units. And yep, there goes one. The next one should be soon to go, pretty soon. Britain losing its fight as well against the Bavarians because of the flanking infantry here. And Italy still tying down a large swath of British infantry with only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units with some Bavarians in there. Okay, the Bavarians have finally gone in, but Britain has managed to take its artillery away and the Bavarians have been routed. Wait, what's happening here? Ah, the heavy cavalry has gone into a square. Nah, they've... Okay, so Britain's lost its heavy cavalry unit. That's a shame.
Our men are running, sir.
This is going to be very close. But still, the Imperials need to push through here really quickly and take the houses, which are garrisoned currently. He needs to do this. Britain and the line seems to be breaking for the coalition, slowly but surely. It's 2 Sicily Legion, which is pretty cheap actually when you come to think of it. It's lost 80 men. It's not going to hold. And yeah, it's going to rout. I hear a charge. Okay. Alright, so yeah, most of the units are withdrawing from the field. The grenadier... These grenadier consuls fighting down to 10 men. What are you going to do with 10 men? And they're still... They're exhausted and they're still green. Bloody hell. Anyway. Yeah, so the withdrawal has been called upon the coalition forces. They're going to try and extricate as many infantry as they can to the points back here. There is still 10 minutes left on the clock, and coalition currently holds 2 buildings to the Imperials. They might have this one garrisoned. I don't think so though. I never got a notification for them garrisoning it. The Ledoux finally moving up. This is the first time I think they see combat. And they are going to be going straight into this British unit, which cannot form square because they're so depleted. Bloody hell. A flank charge by the Saxon Cuirassiers going to try and stem the guard time. So, Saxon Cuirassier versus Ledoux. Who knows? But the Ledoux just going to ignore them, and he's going to go straight for the Saxon infantry here. And yeah, it's going to start chain routing. This one should... It's going to survive? How the hell are you going to survive? Oh yeah, the Ledoux's retreating. Okay, the Ledoux's retreating from there. It's a bit of a shame, but I will. Spain making it again another stand here. The militias now having to take up the front line against the Imperial Guard units. Really, Spain, they should start being more aggressive here. But I guess, like, with exhausted units, you can't really chase down fresh much. So this unit has been left behind. The KGL is going to die. And this poor Saxon unit also has been left behind as a rear guard, and it is going to die. Rest in peace. 9 men now for the Guardian Consuls. This is not right. You should. Why couldn't you just charge this anyway? Well. Bloody hell, that's a lot of routing the Spanish units. France still has some light cavalry in the rear here, just circling the Saxons. So we're going to scan on a bit. There is 8 minutes left of the match now. And I do believe Britain is now sending some of his skirmishers all the way to the house here to get another point for them. So that would make it 3-0. And Ledoux, once more, going straight in. However, the Spanish do form square here, and there's going to be a counter-charge by the cuirassiers. The Ledoux have lost 60 men already. How the heck? This thing was at 110 men. How did it lose 50? I guess the rear charge here must have done some damage. Or it must have got shot somewhere here. Did it run on stakes, maybe? No? No? Okay. Well, Ledoux down to 60 men now. Bit of a shame. Paul Grenier finally ranks with only 28 men out of 182. That's Napoleon for you. Napoleon makes these guys fight down to the last man. A light cavalry charge upon the Saxon Chevaliers is going to get flank charged. But this is going to be a close one. Brits are trying to shoot it in the flank. Yeah, alright. Dang, that volley's in right there. It's going to break its morale. And the Chevalier is going to live, surprisingly. Honestly, these guys are so weird. Sometimes they do really, really well, sometimes they do really, really badly. It's just weird. The KGL units here are a bit of a pickle. They're going to continue retreating. So how much time? 5 minutes. But yeah, Imperial Guard has its cavalry back. But still, the Saxons do have cavalry advantage, which is preventing the French really from charging in and just killing these routing units here. So yeah, again, if France Italy had cavalry, it would have been a different battle. Because now the Saxons are able to just delay the French infantry slowly but surely by from stopping them from taking these houses. The Imperial Guard, though, are going to be going in against the Saxon Spanish house. This unit is down at 41 men. Now, even though this is a guard unit, it should not be able to take down this house with that little men. Karl is suiciding himself again. Goodbye, Karl, for the second time. Good riddance. I really hate this guy. Anyway, yeah. 33 men now. 32. Yeah. Is a general nearby? A general is nearby to support the guard units, but they are really depleted. This one could take it. The 60-man unit, if he gets in there without many casualties, can take it. Britain going after the other house over here, which would get them 4 points. They also have... Oh yeah, right here. Going back to their HQ.
Our men are running, sir.
Our men are running, sir. Yes, so that's this house over here. The... What is this thing? Which one is it? Yeah, the 60-man unit is clearing house with this poor Real de Garde infantry. Even though it's very tired against active, is going to I think it's going to kill it off. So yeah, this house will most likely fall to the French. This house, however, is guarded by some more Schutzen and Real Guard infantry. So the Schutzen are manning the windows. Yeah, the Schutzen are manning the windows, and they are firing with their accuracy. A Saxon cavalry charge is going to try and go in for some Jeune Guard who cannot square. A very well picked target there. Ledieu is going to try and counter-charge, and the Saxons are going to try and kill Ledieu. I mean, welcome to NTW3 mechanics. Both of them are trying to kill each other. No, the Saxons are trying to run away. Okay, so here we go. Saxon cavalry versus Ledieu. Who's going to win? And it looks like the Saxon cavalry is going to easily beat this depleted Ledieu unit, even though there's a general nearby. Rest in peace, Ledieu. That's a bit of a shame.
We've taken the building, sir.
Oh, and he's even going to go for the Napoleon Bonaparte Italian general. It is a C1 though. I don't think you're going to make it. You're overextending your cavalry, lad. Oh, but... Ooh. Come on. Yes, he got it. He got Moutier, I think. Yeah, Moutier. And Napoleon is going to escape. And square, but whatever. Napoleon is not going to escape. Napoleon is going to escape. Napoleon escapes. Anyway, sorry. Saxon cavalry charge here upon the unsupported Bavarian lines. Now that the Imperial Guard no longer has any cavalry, it is going to get charged in the rear by these poor Saxon cavalry that is, to be honest, pretty fresh and hasn't seen much action as of yet. So, with 3 seconds on the clock, I hereby declare this a coalition LOC victory. Yes.
We have killed their general, sir.
And there it goes. Is that Napoleon? Please tell me that's Napoleon. That is Napoleon. Alright. GG folks, a bit of a longer one today. So, these are the kills. Very well played to everyone. Very back and forth. Yeah, that's all. Thank you all for watching. See you all in the next one.